cinema last week with a friend. He turned to me. He said, I'm just going to the gents. Do you want anything? I said, yeah, bring us back some piss. Thanks very much. Maybe one of those little minty things from a urinal. You know, they're called urinal cakes. There's a disappointing birthday. Did you get me a cake? Is not your favourite. You walk into a room and you totally forget why you've gone in there. You just kind of go, what am I meant to be? Do you ever get that? What? Are you cat people or dog people? What would you say, cat people or dog people? Because to me, it all tastes the fucking same. Weird questions. Well, the women in my life have always asked weird questions. My girlfriend said to me recently, she said, which of my friends do you think is prettiest? Well, that's what she said. What I heard was, I fancy a fight. I don't know much about women, but I know there is no correct answer to the question, which of my friends do you think is prettiest? There's nothing I can say that she'll go, oh, good. Yeah. And there's going to be trouble, so I thought, well, I might as well be hung for a sheep as a lamb. So when she asked, which of my friends do you think is prettiest, I said, well, Karen is pretty, but Susan does that thing with her tongue. Restaurant the other day, it said on the menu, all our food is made with love. I thought, I know a chip shop, they shut down for doing that. I was in a restaurant with a friend. The waiter came up to take the order. I said, I'll have the fish of the day. And my mate went, oh, I wanted that. If you get stopped by the police in the car and they do the usual thing of getting you to wind down your window and say, excuse me, sir, do you know why we stopped you? Don't say, no, did you forget? They fucking hate that. I'm actually a very good driver. Last year I got 25 points. My maths teacher always used to say, show you're working out. So in maths, I'd always wear a vest. You can sense a friend wants to take things further. Will it ruin the friendship? Things get hot and heavy on the sofa one night, you think, this doesn't feel right. You're my best friend. You're not even allowed on the couch. Bad dog, down boy. Did I say down boy? I've made it gay. Dad always used to insist on standing up whenever a woman entered the room, which is ultimately what led to him losing his disability living allowance. I was up in North London. I saw a guy in the high street with a guide dog and a white stick. And I went up to him. I went, you must be blind. He said, tell me something I don't know. I said, there's a tree over there. Don't be a dick about it. Has everyone been to the cinema? See, there's an advert now in the cinema telling you not to buy pirate DVDs because it's not the real cinema experience. And then it goes on to say, because if you buy a pirate DVD, someone might get up in the middle of the film and go for a piss. And you think, yeah, that is annoying. But it's a lot like being in a cinema. I'm in threes. Good example of that is Atomic Kitten. Every time I think of Atomic Kitten, actually, I'm slightly saddened because I think, well, somewhere in the northeast, there's a supermarket 3 checkout girls short. You all would have ascertained I'm quite middle class, and I'm from the home counties. So I don't have an accent. This is just how things sound when they're pronounced properly. Not that there's anything wrong with being working class these days. Being working class is very much like masturbation. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Of course, it's nothing to be proud of either. And both give you calluses on your hands. If personal ads say, good sense of humour required. And the reason 80% of personal ads say good sense of humour required is because everything else in the personal ad is a lie. You turn up on the blind date, she says, I know I said I was petite and pretty, but you've got to laugh. You think, yeah, I notice it also says you enjoy long walks, which is handy because you can fuck right off. The annoying thing my sister does is that show Chatty Man. That's the most annoying heckle that I get at gigs. I like it when people join in. I like a bit of a heckle and a bit of fun. But the most annoying one I get is when I've set up a joke, just about to do the punchline, and someone goes, invariably it's the same thing. It's always, where's Alan? Where's Alan? It's not my, like, bête noire. It's just a bit annoying. Where's Alan? Who's at your house fucking your dad? I think we all knew, including him, I think we all knew that was a trap. I could feel you as one going, hold, hold, hold. And then one brave soul over there said, no. I'm taking one for the team. Or rather, your dad is. Guys, for you never leave electrical goods plugged in overnight. 2 exceptions, fridges and life supports. You'll waste an awful lot of vegetables. Hang on, that was a bit harsh. We better do something a bit lighter. It's ironic that people with club feet tend not to be very good dancers. Sign on the motorway. How pointless is that? Who's it for? People driving along thinking, I can't see a fucking thing. I wonder if I got cataracts. Oh no, wait, look, it's fog, what am I like? Do you all do the same thing as me? When you drive normally, you drive like that, yeah? That's the normal driving position. A little bit of fog, you drive like that. You get a little bit closer. You get a better view, just in case the fog is in the car. Fact for you, 3% of all new homes are built specifically for pensioners, and they're called coffins. My grandmother, I loved her to death. Smothered. I'm joking, I fucked her. Not all fat people are jolly. Some of them are women. You shouldn't be mean. Fat girls have got feelings. Mainly they're hungry. It's only a joke, isn't it? It's only a bit of fun. I told it the other night and a girl got up and walked out. Well, waddled out. I presume offended, possibly just peckish. Ladies, you know when a man says that? It's not you, it's me. We mean that from the heart. That's not bullshit. That's true. It's just a fragment of a longer phrase. It's not you, it's me that's ending this relationship. Because I can't stand the fucking sight of you. Died once, came pretty close, killed the guy standing next to me. It's all right, it was a goth, it's what he would have wanted. Any Welsh? Oh, it's quite a few. Well, we seem to have contained the problem. I'm loving the Welsh. I like the Welsh language. And I like the Welsh language because it was clearly invented by a dad losing at Scrabble. That's clearly what's happened there. That's not a word. It starts with 3 L's. It is a bloody word. Well, how's it pronounced? Has ever happened to any of you? I was checking into a hotel recently. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning after a gig up in Manchester. Walked into the reception area and the guy recognised me and went, "Oh, Mr. Carr, we put you in a disabled room." I said, "Right, what's the difference between a normal room and a disabled room?" And he said, "The disabled room's got a walk-in shower." It's taking the fucking piss, isn't it? Because it tends to divide the sexes. Most men would be quite up for a threesome with 2 girls. Most women don't really fancy that action. If you're asked to bring a friend, you tend to get a little bit offended. And I think it's because men are such bad communicators. You know, when we ask for that, women sort of hear, "Oh, what? I'm not enough woman for you. You need 2 women to satisfy you because you're such a big man." Important, it's what you do with it. Would you agree with that, ladies? No! There's a lady over there that likes a big cock and she doesn't care who knows it. Sorry, it's quite possible you just whispered that and it picked up an echo.